right, to begin our math lesson today, third grade, we're going to start with our 12 table. All right, the multiplication side. Ready? 0 times 12 equals 0. 1 times 12 equals 12. 2 times 12 equals 24. 3 times 12 equals 36. 4 times 12 equals 48. 5 times 12 equals 60. 6 times 12 equals 72. 7 times 12 equals 84. 8 times 12 equals 96. 9 times 12 equals 108. 10 times 12 equals 120. 11 times 12 equals 132. And 12 times 12 equals 144. Let's do it again. 0 times 12 equals 0. 1 times 12 equals 12. 2 times 12 equals 24. 3 times 12 equals 36. 4 times 12 equals 48. 5 times 12 equals 60. 6 times 12 equals 72. 7 times 12 equals 84. 8 times 12 equals 96. 9 times 12 equals 108. 10 times 12 equals 120. 11 times 12 equals 132. And 12 times 12 equals 144. Good job. All right, we're going to go over some of our facts here. Let me see if I have them going the right way. That one looks bad. All right, let's start with this one. 1 peck is how many quarts? This one always trips some of us up. It's 8. Now here's one. What is 37? 37 is the normal body temperature on the Celsius scale. 37. What would this one be? 100 degrees. This is the boiling point of water on the Celsius scale. And how about this one? 0 degrees. That's the freezing point of water on the Celsius scale. 98.6 degrees. This is our normal body temperature Fahrenheit scale. How about 212 degrees? Boiling point of water Fahrenheit scale. And 32 degrees. Freezing point of water Fahrenheit scale. 1 ton is how many pounds? 2,000. A pound is how many ounces? 16. A gallon is how many quarts? 4. A yard is how many inches? 36. A mile is how many yards? 1,760. A mile is how many feet? 5,280. A yard is how many feet? 3. A foot is how many inches? 12. A decade is how many years? 10. A year is how many days? 365. A year is how many weeks? About 52. A week is how many days? 7. A day is how many hours? 24. A minute is how many seconds? 60. An hour is how many minutes? 60. A year is how many months? 12. A leap year is how many days? 366. A quart is how many pints? 2. A bushel is how many pecks? 4. A pint is how many cups? 2. A tablespoon is how many teaspoons? 3. And then a peck is how many quarts? 8. Okay, these are all important, especially when we're having to convert and change things from inches to yards or yards to inches, or if we have to do pounds to ounces. You need to know these facts, okay? So we'll keep working on those. Yesterday, remember, no speed drill this week. Next week you will have a speed drill paper because I did put one in the new pack. And we'll do speed drill. But yesterday we were working on our multiplication, and we're multiplying with a factor that has 2 digits in it. Always start with the ones column first. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. I'm moving to the tens column right here. So I have to put a 0 here. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. I have to add my partial products together. 4, 9, 2. 294. Let's do this one. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Put a 0 in the ones place. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. Add the 2 together. 4, 8, 3. 384. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 in the ones place. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 4, 2 and 8 is 10. Carry 1. 1 and 4 is 5. 504. And you're going to work some of these problems on your paper today. It'll be the first section on your math paper today. Doing this, showing me both partial products and adding them together. But before we go on, I want to see if you can give me the Roman numeral for some of these numbers that I have on the board. The first one is 16. What would be the Roman numeral for 16? I heard somebody start with what? Start with an X, that's 10. Then what? V, it's 5, that's 15, and an I makes 16. Good, let's try 80. How would we write 80 in Roman numerals? Well, we're going to start with 50. L, that's 50. And 10 makes 60, and 10 makes 70, and 10 makes 80. Remember, you're allowed to have 3 of the same letter in the row in order. How do we write 700? How would we write 700? Well, we're going to start with D. D is 500. We're going to put 100 on it, so C, that makes 600, and another 100 makes 700. 1,000, that's a good old M all by itself. How do we write 32? 32. X, 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 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. All right, how do we write 65? 65. L, 50. And we're going to add 10, so we're going to add an X. That makes 60, and a V makes 5. 50, 60, 5. How do I write 28? 28. 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. Good. X, X, V, I. And then 2010. Remember, 1,000 is M. We have 2,000, so let's do 2 M's. Remember, you're allowed to have 3 in a row. And now we need to write 10. X. M, M, X. Good. So on our paper today, you're going to do these multiplication problems of finding the answer or the product. 2 story problems. The first one is a conversion problem. You're converting quarts into gallons. And then you have to, for B, Emma has saved $508. Lily has saved half as much as Olivia. You're going to find half of 508, so $5.08. So take $5.08 divided by 2. Olivia had saved 3 times as much as Emma. So we're going to find out how much money have they saved all together. Well, we know what Emma has saved. You're going to have to find out Lily, and you're going to have to find out Olivia, and then you add them together. Find the averages down at the bottom. How do we average? Add them together, and then divide by the number of add-ins. 2-part problem, isn't it? If you don't get the addition right, you won't be able to get the division right if you don't add it correctly. So make sure our numbers are added correctly, and then we're going to divide by how many add-ins there were. On the back, you have 1 divide and check. Number 5 is follow the signs, work the fractional part first. It says there beside there, the first American in space was Alan Shepard on May 5th, 1961. Set the clocks and write the times. We have a brain booster. Solve this equation. Remember, solve what's in parentheses first. So you're going to do that 5 times 5, put the answer under it, and you're going to do that 3 times 2, put the answer under it, and then add in that middle number. Multiply by 12 for homework number 1, round to the nearest dollar, number 2, and then give me the Roman numerals, just like we did up here on the board for section 3. All right, I want you to get started. I want you to get busy. These are all things that you can do. The ones that are going to trip you up a little bit are going to be the story problems. So if somebody's there that they can help you and walk you through the story problem, that's okay, that's fine. We got to see how to set it up before we work it. You can work it, but you've got to see how to set it up first. So read through the story problem. Remember, that first one is a conversion. So put out your equation, your conversion thing, and then, larger to smaller, smaller to larger, figure that out. Either divide or multiply and go from there. And then, of course, B is going to have several parts to it. All right, guys, get busy on that, and you did good today. Remember how to multiply with a 2-digit factor.